Welcome to Warrior Yoga Day 2. I just finished teaching the class, and I don't know what you guys are going to think, but I know this is like the most exhausted I've been after a class in a while. So, um, good luck. Take lots of breaks if you need to, but also look for that fire. This is all core, back. We're moving up the spine. And man, when we can find that strength in our core, it just permeates every other part of our life in a very interesting way. I've been having a lot of students writing and asking about like where to study next and how to take their practice further and what's the next technique. And this is great. This desire to learn is great, but so often we can get stuck in this seeking mode that, oh, well, it's the next retreat that will be the right thing. It's that next exercise. It's the next teacher that can show me. And ultimately, nobody can show you your path. You have to discover it on your own because your path is your whole life. And it takes a lot of confidence to make our own way, to really explore out into the unknown. But that's the only way to find out what our path is, to find out what our life is. Our physical body is like our controller. And yoga is the manual of how to use this controller that we've been given in the game, Maya, called life. And if we want to play, if we want to understand Leela, well, we need to know our controller. We need to understand our physical body, our Anamaya Kosha. And eventually, we won't have to be in the user's manual anymore, and we can just play. I want to invite you to come and play a game with me. I want you to play with the me of about an hour and 15 minutes ago, where I decided to play the role of the teacher, and you've decided to play the role of a student, and we're going to play the game of core and its connection to our breath and to our confidence. So I hope you enjoy the game. Good luck. Sitting nice and tall, allow the eyes to softly shut, the spine long, and take a few deep breaths. As you breathe, feel your spine getting longer and longer. Start to bring your focus to your core, your solar plexus, your diaphragm, that space which pulls the breath in on the inhale. And as you exhale, feel your spine getting longer and feel that space getting stronger at the core and pressing out a little extra air. Continue these long inhales and long exhales. Letting your core lead the breath. Allowing the focus of the mind to come from whatever's pulling you away and keep coming back to the core, to the deep breath. Notice what comes up while you are trying to focus your attention. While we are working toward concentration, what distracts you? Just notice. Inhale it in, into that focused core. Exhale and let it go. One more time, inhale in whatever's coming up. Exhale and let it go. One last time, deep inhale in. And exhale, let it out. Inhale, reach the arms out and up. Bring the palms together, exhale them down in between the eyes. May your practice cultivate enlightened thoughts. Inhale, exhale the hands in front of the mouth. May your practice cultivate enlightened speech. Inhale, exhale the hands in front of the heart. And may all of your practices cultivate an enlightened heart. We're going to start either here in easy pose or on our knees, if that's comfortable for you. We're going to begin by getting into more harmony, more awareness of our core and what that really means. So starting, we're going to exhale all the breath out and then pump the stomach 15 times. So I'll show you what that looks like. So when we exhale, exhale out all that air, and then we can use our hands to lengthen our spine, and then pump. Deep inhale, exhale all the air out. Don't worry, we're only doing this 3 times. One last time, deep exhale. Really try and pull the core in and up as you pump the stomach. Deep inhale. Hold the breath. Now we're going to engage just Mulaban, the pelvic floor. Lengthen through the crown of the head. Hold the breath at the top. And then open the mouth, let it out. Now we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to get into Uddiyana Bandha, which is our middle lock. We're going to come into feet slightly wider than the hips, maybe turned out a little bit if that's more comfortable for you. I'm going to place the hands down on the hips and lengthen. Use the arms to lengthen through the whole spine. And we're going to do the same thing here, but you'll notice with the hips in this position, there's a lot more space to really try and pull the diaphragm, the top of the belly here, in and up. This is our Uddiyana Bandha. So 3 more times, 15 pumps. Take an inhale. And exhale it all out. Deep inhale in. You should feel a little bit gross while you're doing this if you've been partaking in a lot of indulgences. That's all right. Keep exhaling it all out, all the extra air, and pump. And one last time, exhale it all out. And as we exhale, come into a nice squat. Notice if your core feels a little different. And we're going to come seated. You can either sit back on your heels or in easy pose. We're going to do a nice big Buddha breath, it's sometimes called. So this is a time to let any worries about what you look like go out the window. So we're going to be filling up our belly as much as we can, like we're pregnant with a prana baby. We have a breath baby in our belly. And then as we exhale, pressing all that air out. We're going to do a few deep breaths like this. And then we're going to activate our Mulaban, which is our pelvic floor that we're used to. And then also our Uddiyana Bandha, which we just learned, that nice feeling of a closed gate right here in our diaphragm and then at our core. And then our shoulders and our head are going to be loose and long. So let's take a deep inhale in, fill the belly up. Exhale, press it out. Deep inhale in, fill it all up. Exhale, press out. One more time, deep inhale in. Exhale, press out. This time when we press all the air out, we're going to engage Mulaban, the pelvic floor, Uddiyana Bandha. Close the eyes. Hold for as long as you can. And inhale. Fill the whole belly up. And exhale. Press the air out. Engage Mulaban. Engage Uddiyana Bandha. Relax the shoulders. Inhale. And exhale. Do this a few more times, pace of your own breath. One more inhale in. Hold the breath at the top. Engage Mulaban, Uddiyana Bandha. You place the hands in Gyan Mudra, Ego Eradicator, or in your lap, wherever you would like, and Breath of Fire. Really pump the belly as hard as you can. Really powerful breath. Deep inhale in. Hold the breath at the top. Bring your hands together however you would like to pull all of that energy back into your center as you exhale your breath out. Eyes closed, spine nice and long. A few deep breaths. And notice if your core feels a little bit different. Notice if your breath feels a little bit different. And just notice how confident you feel. Now that we've gotten nicely in touch with our core and what that really is, let's start to challenge it and see if we can keep that same mindfulness and activation just in our core while we're doing these exercises. We tend to try to send the work to all these other weird places in the body, and our core is this powerful, beautiful part of our body that front of the body all the way wraps around to the back and is this ability to stand in ourselves. So whatever that means for you, with a warrior's fearlessness and a warrior's tenacity, let's do some core work. We're going to start by lying on our backs. That's a nice place to start. Hands probably under the hips. And when you're ready, inhale, lift both legs. And exhale down. Moving slow and with control here at first. Connecting the movement to the breath. Connecting the focus of your core. Try and keep the legs straight. But if you need to bend them a little bit, that's all right. So spending the time to get to know your own body, your own core, your own resistances. On your next inhale, let's leave the left leg up. Exhale the right leg down. Inhale, switch. Exhale, left leg down. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, right leg down. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, left leg down. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, right leg. Move like this for a little while. Flex the toes. Now, same idea, same breath, but we're going to keep the legs in motion. So they'll cross at about 45 degrees. Take breaks if you need to. Try to find that edge. And then back to double leg lifts. Inhale up, exhale down. Notice what thoughts are coming up. Notice where your focus is. Notice what's happening to your concentration, to how carefully and mindfully you're lifting your legs. And then inhale, reach both legs up. Flex the feet. Engage your core. Try and get your heels a little closer to the sky. And then relax. Feet down, knees bent. Hands press on the thighs. Right into those hip flexors that probably got a little work during the leg lifts. We're going to turn onto one side, bend the knees, and float the shoulder blades as much as you can. Try and lift your knees, flex your toes, and then straight up. Just little crunches. Don't worry, we're not going to be here too long. And knees to the other side. Lift. And just little lifts. And roll onto our stomachs. Probably going to be coming into Sphinx a lot today. It's a nice way to open the core. Elbows under the shoulders, shoulders back. And keep pressing down with the tops of the feet. Bring the hands back underneath your floating ribs. And we're going to inhale for a cobra. Try to not use your arms, except to pull the heart forward. And then exhale down. Be here for a little while. Close the eyes. One more. And turn the cheek to one side. And relax. This ability to push ourselves really hard, and then to be able to relax completely, is a very, very important muscle when we are challenging ourselves. So with that in mind, let's come back into Sphinx. We're going to tuck the toes, this time the elbows right under the shoulder, and lift the hips into forearm plank. Deep breaths, lengthen through the crown of the head at any time if you need to. Put your knees down, that's available. Really get to know that core nice and well. Deep breaths as the body starts to shake and quiver. Just breathe a little deeper. And know that the mind is actually going to give up before the body does. The Manamaya Kosha tends to be a bit of a coward. The Annamaya Kosha can really push through some pretty powerful things. And take the left hand to the right elbow, roll onto the outside of the left foot, and right hand can just sit on our hip. And we're going to exhale, drop the hips, inhale and lift. Exhale, drop, inhale and lift. One more inhale in, hold the breath at the top, hold the pose at the top. And then as we exhale, the right hand heads toward the left elbow, right elbow to the left hand, roll on to the outside of the right foot, left hand to the hip, inhale, exhale, drop. Next inhale in, hold the breath, hold the pose. And exhale to our backs, hanging out on our elbows. Like it's a beautiful beach day, and we're just taking a look at the ocean, breathing in the fresh air. And either with bent knees, the heels down, or legs as straight as you can get them, one of my least favorite poses, lift the hips. You can let the head fall back if you'd like. I'm going to be here for a few breaths. Trying to point the toes down toward the ground, lifting the hips as high as you can, really using the strength of the back. Feeling the back lengthening while it's working. Gently place the hips down, straighten the legs out if they're not already. And we're just going to come into a little bit of a forward fold. Loosening up the spine, the legs. Deep breaths. We're going to come into plank. And then inhale, left knee up towards your left shoulder. Exhale, send it back. Inhale, right knee high as you can get it. Exhale it back. And be here for a little while. Move with your breath. Place the knees down if you need to. One last. And child's pose. Now just notice where your thoughts are, where your focus is. And coming back into plank. And roll over outside of the right foot. Place the right knee down if you need to. And you can just lift the left leg. Or keep that right leg straight. Left arm up. And we're going to inhale and kick our left hand with our left foot. Exhale, place the foot down. Just a few more. And make our way to the other side. And back through center. And let's place the knees down. And a few cat and cows. getting in touch with that warrior part of yourself. Again, doing another pose that I really don't like. Very similar to the last one that I don't like very much. But that's what a warrior does. We face those things. Fingers pointing either towards your butt or away to make it a little bit easier. We're going to come into reverse plank. Bend the knees if you need to, straight legs if you can. And we're also going to be holding the breath at the top, engaging Mulaban and our new friend, Uddiyana Bandha. So, inhale up. Hold. Exhale, stay in the pose. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Inhale, hips a little higher. Hold. Exhale. A few more. And relax down. And again, nice forward fold. Again, we're going to lie back and relax for a moment. Not quite there. And let's give ourselves a little rest. Notice where your thoughts are during this little intermission. Your focus, that feeling of confidence, powerful breath, or the lack thereof. I'm feeling pretty defeated and exhausted, still sore from yesterday. Really, I just want to lie here and go to sleep. But that is when our tenacity as warriors, we must find that tapas, that fire, that passion that allows us to continue. And we're going to do everyone's favorite, boat pose. We're going to inhale, reach for the toes, exhale and float. Inhale, reach, exhale, float. Bend the knees if you need to. Now we're going to add on to this. As we inhale up, we're going to exhale, and we're going to roll onto our right side, reach the arms up. Inhale, exhale to center. Inhale to the left side. Exhale to center. Inhale up. Exhale, float. Inhale to the right side. Exhale, center. Inhale left. Exhale center. Inhale up. One more time. Hold in boat. And exhale. Release down. And we're going to roll over onto our stomach. Tuck the toes, press ourselves up to plank. Back to downward dog. Feet the width of the mat. Walk the hands back to our feet. A little bend in our knees. We're going to inhale, reach the arms forward. And exhale, release down. Forward fold. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale. Exhale. Be here for a little while. When you start to feel that little ache in your low back, maybe don't take the arms all the way out. When we inhale, maybe even using them as a little bit of support, but try to not put too much weight in the hands. Strengthening our back so that instead of throwing it out, it can just be a little stronger. When you've had enough, just hang in a nice Vajrayana Padottanasana, wide-legged forward fold. Let your breath come long, still very connected to your core, focusing on that deepest part of yourself. A nice bend in the knees. We're going to roll up one vertebra at a time. Coming to standing. And we're going to do a classic. And just take one knee to the opposite elbow. But try to not let your elbow come below your belly button. So the knee is really making its journey to the elbow, not the elbow to the knee. We're going to inhale, exhale. Moving slowly at first, and then once we get the rhythm, maybe letting a little smile come across your face, maybe not, maybe focusing really hard on a spot in front of you, and just thinking about your breath and the confidence that you would like to feel in every moment on or off your mat. Just a few more. Inhale, reach the arms out and up. Hold the breath at the top, engage Mula Bandha, engage Uddiyana Bandha. Interlace the fingers. As you exhale, pick a direction. Feet nice and wide, huge circles. Inhale up and exhale. And opposite direction. Next time we're up, inhale, hold the breath. Engage Mula Bandha, Uddiyana Bandha. Exhale, wide-legged forward fold. Before we get too comfortable here, with the feet nice and wide, we're going to inhale, bend into the knees, reach the fingers out. Exhale, fold. Inhale. Exhale, fold. When you just can't do it anymore, nice forward fold, clasp opposite elbows. And then lie all the way down on your back. And then we're going to allow the breath to settle. And as it does, we're going to do a little bit of a visualization. And then from that visualization, we'll find some movement. So first start to feel like all of the cells in your body are turning into nearly weightless cotton balls. Feeling the weightlessness of your body. Start to let that move your fingers and toes. Let that weightlessness start to float up through your feet, your wrists, your knees and elbows. Up through your hips and shoulders. And do your best movement of floating in space on your tailbone. Like if somebody put you in a rig and said, you're in a space station, floating around. How would you do it? How would you pretend? Be sure to roll onto the sides and get a little side float back through center. Feel like your whole body is weightless. And when you just can't float anymore, roll onto your stomach. And we're going to come into Sphinx. Relax the shoulders back, close the eyes. Crown of the head as long as you can get it. Releasing the core. And rolling back onto our backs, placing the hands behind us. My favorite pose once again. Reverse plank. Lift the hips. Inhale. Hold the breath. Engage Mulaban. Engage Uddiyana. And exhale. A few more times. When we release, placing the hips down, we're going to do a few more. We are almost there. Bend one knee, opposite elbow. Everyone's favorite, bicycles. Nice and slow. Really staying connected to the core. And while we are still exhausted, our last core exercise will be to inhale up, boat, exhale, float, inhale up, exhale back to plow, inhale up for boat, exhale, float, inhale up, exhale, plow. Go as long as you can, as long as you are still connected to your core, connected to your breath. Find your limitations. Push that warrior's tenacity. Push yourself to find out what you are made of. And when you just can't do it anymore, spend a little time in plow. Hit shoulder stand if you'd like. And then we're going to roll down and finish with a couple of bridges or Urdhva. Just do 3 of your choice. opening up the whole front of the body. See if you can feel all of that energy that we cultivated in the core spilling up through the higher parts of the spine, through the heart, throat, third eye, crown. Taking a little time between each back bend to check in with the breath, check in with the focus, check in with your thoughts. And press back up when you're ready. Spending a few breaths in with your back bend of choice. Coming down, resting in between. Feeling all that work from your core start to radiate out and settle into the rest of your body. Feel how it has affected your breath, your thoughts, and your focus. One last time, press up, your back bend of choice. And then roll down one vertebra at a time. Straighten the legs out and reach the arms long. Prepare every part of your body for a nice, long Shavasana. A time of rest. Time to integrate all of the work that we've done. Feeling our core with each breath. Allowing our focus and concentration to simply be in our center with each inhale and each exhale. Start to move back in your body however feels natural. Keeping the focus at your core. The focus on your breath as you slowly make your way back to that same comfortable seated position in which we started this journey oh so long ago. Notice if your breath feels a little different, if your seat feels a little different, your core perhaps just a little more confident. Inhale, reach the arms out and up. Bring the palms together, exhale them down in between the eyes. May your life be filled with enlightened thoughts. Inhale, exhale the hands in front of the mouth. May you always have the patience for enlightened speech. Inhale, exhale the hands in front of the heart. May your heart have the healing it requires to live an enlightened life. Namaste. Wow. Well, thank you all for making it through day 2 of warrior yoga with me. That was a lot of core. Wow. Well, drink a lot of water, and thank you. It's been really fun these last 2 days so far, putting this together for all of you, to invite you in to 7 days of my life, 7 days of my own journey. And it's really amazing how this community is making all of this possible. I mean, as most of you know, the last couple of years have all been just putting these classes out there and you guys sending in donations from all over the world that makes it possible for me to do this exploration for all of you guys. So there's a donation link if you'd like to donate, or if you'd like to join the community and see where we could go. Hopefully one day we will open a retreat center so we can create content for all of you guys all the time and then have retreats. You can join these guys at patreon.com/freeyoga to see what's possible with this community. Thank you for always surprising me and for always reaching out with ideas and questions and challenges. So until tomorrow.